Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I'm so glad you're here. You can hear it in my voice. I'm already laughing. Shout out to Meghan's towel who came up with this. I could spend about 4 hours laughing and talking about this, and I will. I'm so excited. But today we're going to be talking best and worst of Twitter and formerly Twitter, now X, as well as the Colombia trip. I've made a bingo card, so we'll jump into that. We'll talk best of Twitter. We've got lots of fun stuff to look at. I'm Jen. Thanks for being here, everyone. Again, starting off with Meghan's towel, now available in 43 shades. So it's the 43% Colombian Meghan. I do not like myself. Can I please be someone else? Look at the detail that they did on this. I wrote her to tell her how incredible this was. And I mean, I'm blown away by this. I love everything about it. So well captured. So well done. Columbia edition. Zooming in closer so you can see it. So we have Meghan staring at her own doll. I love the messy hair. It says to the top left, that doll with low self-esteem. I wish I could read the bottom. I can't. It just says something about self-doubt, just like you. Oh, so well done. Again, a huge shout out to Meghan's Towel. It's at Meghan's Towel. If you're not following them, follow them and you'll get amazing content like this. Thank you for letting me use this on my thumbnail. Speaking of disaster trips, no, I'm not talking about Nigeria. Remember when she wore a bathing suit basically to visit a school? They are supposedly, I'm saying it like that because they're still being murky about it. What else is new? Everything has to be shrouded in mystery, but latest I'm hearing, it could be very soon that they're headed to Colombia. So I went ahead and made a bingo card. Shall we take a look and see how they're going to royally embarrass themselves? And yes, that's the only time I'll use royally with those two. All right, I had to do it. Clueless in Colombia bingo. Here we go. Using a child as a prop, obviously. Beige. Look at me. We got rictus. We got bronzer. Let's see. How much can we layer on the bronzer? We got the soap story because that's her one and only story she can rely on. Can you imagine peaking at 9 years old? Dressed all wrong. I mean, bathing suit to a school, anybody? Crop top to a school? Yeah, maybe. Grabbing a mic, it's going to happen. Elbowing has no balls, of course. Smug. She's got to be smug. Just saw it in the CBS interview. Lots of smug. Let's see here. Harry angry. I mean, again, that might as well be a free space. That dude is always angry now. Brow blindness. This is a new term I just learned, and I think it very much applies. Brow blindness. When somebody overdoes their brows way too much, but they're so used to it on their own face, they don't even see how crazy it looks. I think she thinks she does everything perfectly, so why would she see it? Brow blindness. She likes to cake on the brows when she's going for a bronzed look, if you know what I mean. Free space, of course, they're titles. They got to throw those around. Look at my jewelry. How much faux Diana crap you think she's going to cart out for this one? We're going to see the claw. So we rarely see the claw anymore because they can't stand each other, in my opinion. So we don't really see her claw at him, but sometimes on these I won't even call it a royal, just these vacations that they take now pretend to be royals. We'll see a claw come out, especially if she wants to go first. Let's see here. We got Meghan Spanish. I played a clip where she kind of weirdly spoke Spanish and likes to brag about, different amount of years she studied different languages depending on who she's talking to. So I'm sure she'll trot that out, that soap story in Spanish. Tell a lie. I mean, it comes as easy as drinking water for these two. Cultural appropriation. I am sure that will come up. 40, how many percent Colombian is she going to be on this trip? A security issue, of course, they're going to have some sort of security issue. It wouldn't be them without it. Some sort of near catastrophic something or other. Mask slip. Oh, I can't wait for that. Those are my some of my personal favorites. When she just can't hold it in, how enraged she is that she's not getting to speak. Also, remember, she was an hour late to give a speech in Nigeria. So we'll see more crap like that. Wrong climate clothing If the weather's hot, she's going to be dressed like it's cold outside. Diana cosplay, I'm sure it'll happen. I mean, one of these times we're going to see her in a blonde wig. Or weird quote about little kids. This is their favorite thing to do now. They can't give any specifics about the kids because, in my opinion, they don't seem to know the kids. Instead, they refer to them as little. It happened in Nigeria. It happened just anytime they're asked about the kids. I believe even at that, was it the Variety brown or beige monstrosity outfit? They asked her about traditions. She's like, oh, they're little. They're little. Oh, okay. Can you tell us any more? They're little. Okay. Colombian family. She'll either invent some Colombian family or she'll refer to people in Colombia as her family, as she did in Nigeria. And of course, it wouldn't be Bingo or Meghan without, shall we say it together, messy. So feel free to use this, spread it around. Just, give me a shout out if you do. We'll play it together and it'll be a lot of fun. Get ready for bingo. All right. I found such an interesting post. I really want to give this person a shout out, but I know I'm going to butcher your name. Grace, is it Gia? Kabe, I hope I said that right. I apologize. Had such a good idea for a post. And it says, if you could only choose one single picture, single image that sums up and encapsulates her self-serving agenda, one shameless pic that represents her disgusting behavior in its entirety, which one would it be? Mine is this. This is the one that Grace picked. I think that is such an interesting idea because there are so many to choose from, and I'll show you what people are picking. I think this is an excellent choice and very much sums up her disgusting behavior. And I'm not just singling her out. I like to remind everybody he's just as bad, if not worse, as she is on a lot of this stuff. And he, people paint him as a victim. I don't see him like that. I think he's very much, he's not a hostage. He's there doing this stuff with her and he's allowing her to do it. And I can't just chalk it up to narcissistic control. I think it's more than that. So I think he's just as evil. So there's that. But anyway, that said, this is a great idea and this is a great example of the picture. If I can humbly submit my pick, I'll show you. And then we'll move on and I'll show you what other people are picking. There's so many to choose from. It was actually really hard for me to pick. This one definitely I have a visceral reaction to. There's another one that's coming up that other people picked that I completely have a reaction to. I don't want to spoil it yet. The one with the bow, the fake curtsy, was so obnoxious to Her Majesty the late Queen. That one I almost picked, but let me show you the one I actually picked. Here you have it. Grace asked for one that encapsulates her self-serving agenda. This is it. I think a lot of things can be boiled down to this right here. She will never be Catherine. She married the spare, not the heir. She will never have the intelligence, grace, charm, dedication that Catherine possesses. She will never be poised like Catherine is. I can go on and on. She knows this. I think deep down, even though she's a narcissistic troll, I think she knows this. And it eats at her. And that's why we see her picking on Catherine over and over and over again. And having her followers go after Catherine. And I think it all is encapsulated in this image right here. Can you imagine making this face at somebody? I can imagine making this face at Meghan. But other than that, I can't wrap my head around. I really can't. And this encapsulates it for me. I'm curious to know. I know it's hard to describe a picture and YouTube won't let you put a picture in the comments, but try to explain which picture does it for you. But let's look at other people's submissions to this. This is it. This is the one I was alluding to that other people picked. And again, I feel sick to my stomach even looking at it. Fairy Faye posted this and points out, I'm sure you know, but in case you don't, this was the school tragedy that happened. And Meghan took along a camera crew. And from what I understand, I think a private plane, and decided to make this into a photo shoot and about herself, pretending to be sad while getting it really is disgusting. To me, it's one of the lowest things she's done, and that's saying something because she does a lot of terrible, very low things. This is it. All right. It's the Kylark 2 posted this. This for me is the most shameful picture ever. Total disrespect for the late Queen Elizabeth. I'll never get over this disgusting display. Yeah, same. Again, a visceral reaction, not guttural, because remember Meghan said it was guttural one time, but Same. I have a serious problem with this picture as well, and I think this very much encapsulates. But again, look at him. He can be mad all he wants and make this mad face like he's going to do something, but he didn't stop her. So that's what I meant when I say he's not a hostage. He's very much a willing participant in this. All right, Ana Rojas shared this, and if you're not familiar with it, what's happening is, of course, this is the end of the Oprah interview. The credits are rolling, and you have Harry and Meghan just cracking up, laughing and smiling and so pleased with themselves. They really think they've done something here and so self-satisfied. It truly is disgusting to see. All right, I thought this was a great submission as well. Bryn Martin said when they did this, Harry was Captain General of the Royal Marines. He snubbed an invitation to the Royal Marines Memorial Service for veterans and victims of an IRA attack. Instead, he and his wife went to the Lion King premiere, where he was hustling Bob Iger, Disney CEO, for voiceover work for his wife. That is his respect for the Marines. All right, this one is that jam tart of Montecito said kissing her own finger and not the little girl's hand for a sickening photo op. Yeah, absolutely. There you go. Again, it ties back to the bingo card too. Using other people's kids to appear maternal. It's something that happens over and over. All right, this one was shared by Judy 1963 says it's just the look on her face. She's got that evil movie villain down perfect. This one was shared by Bladow Blue, and it says the cat that got the cream right here. Yeah, very smug. I often refer back to this picture as well, but I'm going to stop showing these. There's so many more to choose from. Try to describe which one you would pick. I know it's hard to describe a picture, but try to describe the one or maybe the moment that you would pick that encapsulates all that is wrong. Well, with either one of them, just let me know in the comments. Let's move on to something else. Okay, so this was originally shared by Royally Sage and then retweeted by friend of the channel, Mystified. Hi, Mystified, if you're watching. And it says, Rachel, Joe Rogan makes more money from his projects than you do yours. So do you know about this? Joe Rogan put out, I believe it was a stand-up special, and he calls out Harry and mushrooms and all that, and it's hilarious. Okay, well, Royally Sage is calling out that they're not going to pull a moneymaker just because you have hurt feelings, because this blind item is going around. Let's take a look. And it says, the illiterate one has been calling, emailing, and texting nonstop the head of the streamer where she has her projects. She's threatening to pull them because of what the stand-up comedian podcast host said about the ginger-haired one. The streamer would love for her to pull her projects. She won't, though, because no one would take them. All right, let's talk about this. Do you remember this came up before? She got into a fight. I'm trying to remember all the details. It's been a while. She got into a fight. It was around the time of the pandy that YouTube still doesn't like to talk about. You know what I'm talking about, 2020. And she got into a fight over Joe Rogan before. And so this may or may not be true. I don't know that she even I believe that she's this full of herself, but I can't imagine that she would stand up for Dum Dum, first of all. And I can't imagine she would threaten Netflix, because even with all her delusions, you gotta figure, I don't know. Maybe she has zero self-awareness. Maybe it's hard to say. I'd like to ask HG Tutor that, but it's hard, because I think she is so full of herself. She would be the one to be like, I'm the greatest, right? But then I think, my God, of all things, she wouldn't threaten Netflix, right? I mean, believe me, I think she'd stoop as low as you could go, but Netflix, like, what else do they have? And then we have a Lean Meme Machine, talking to her next week. So excited. If you have questions for Lean Meme Machine, submit them in the comments below. I can't wait to talk to her. When you realize you're still a Z-list cable TV actress with a meaningless title, and then this expression right here. Again, I love Lean Meme Machine so much. Well done. I always get a kick out of her work. We also have this one from Lean Meme Machine. The me you can CC. That's what she said. And it says, I have an online squad that works for me. I taught them everything, how to bull the royals, the children, and all the critics. Ask the staff that I've personally bowled. I do have to say it like that. It's so stupid. I know. YouTube algorithm. Let's see here. They will tell you I'm a pro. Again, fabulous work, Lean Mean Machine. Can't wait to talk to you next week. That'll be so much fun. Guys, that's it for me. Let me know your thoughts on all this. Will you be playing bingo with me? Which picture sums it up for you? Any of the ones featured? Is there one that I didn't feature? Is there a moment that I didn't feature? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you for being here. I got so much exciting stuff coming up. If they go to Colombia, I'll be all over it, talking about it. And if they're murky as usual, then we'll talk about whatever they're up to and figure it out as we go, right? And in the meantime, thank you for everything. And if you want to further support, of course, we have the merch. Team Catherine, we got new merch just about to drop. Halloween themed. Jay's working hard on that. I'm very excited to share it with you. He came up with an epiphany. You're going to freak out about it. I'm freaking out about it. So I want to go ahead and get that up so you can get it in time. And if you want to further support, of course, check out Patreon. Patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. It's where we do bonus deep dives, extra episodes, all the good stuff over there. As always, thank you for being here. You guys are truly the best. I appreciate you so much, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.